into the pits. Ari Landijk, one of them. Attrition. Well, attrition has been a factor, though it still seems to be pacing the normal. And the remainder of the stories, Ari Landijk, fastest qualifier. Well, he got up to third. Now he's falling back after that contact on Gaius. He's having a great day. Started 33rd, now 9th. Team Menard. Well, they're still keeping 3 cars in the run, and 2 of them are in the top 10 and could strike for the front. The rookies, 17 started. 3 of them are still in the top 10. So the rookies, led by Richie Hearn right now, are having one super day at Indianapolis. Still under yellow at Indy, but while we were under yellow, look in the cockpit of Mike Groff's car as smoke suddenly started appearing at the front.
And you can tell he's got a hot seat right there. He's undoing the belts. He knows something's wrong. It's probably getting on his bottom there. He's hot pants.
And he knows it isn't fire. He knows it's water, and that's what that is steam coming out. And watch when he stops right here. Water just comes from everywhere.
Yeah, but when it comes to temperature, I don't know if I want hot water or fire. Let's go to Jerry Punch.
Well, Mike Groff has climbed out of the car. They're still spraying your car, Mike. What happened?
We just came in for a stop to try to get the balance a little bit better. We just kind of been driving around all day. You know, we haven't really been much of a threat here because the car's been understeering. Came in for a change, and we must have had a fuel spill or something. The car started smoking, and we came in and we put it out.
Your uniform's a little scorched. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Actually, it looks like a wire shorted. They just, Tim just handed it up there, so we're done for today.
Now, Mike Groff will call it a day, Paul.
Mike Groff was up in the top 5 for a moment there. The Goodyear blimp Spirit of Akron is hovering at 1,000 feet over the course, actually ducking low every now and then, cruising 35 miles an hour, and it contains almost 300,000 cubic feet of non-flammable helium, and it's the largest blimp in the world. There she is over the speedway. The ceiling's been moving a little bit. It's still very overcast. In fact, it's darkened down a little bit, and that's had some effect on the helicopters that help relay the onboard camera pictures. So if some of those seem absent, that is part of the reason. We'll try and get them up and operational whenever we can. Let's go to Gary Gerald.
Well, here's Lee Koonsman, a veteran of many races at this great place, and you're in here along with Ron Himmelgarn's team calling shots for Buddy Lazier. You now move to the head of the pylon in the #1 position, but it's been about 26 laps since you last pitted. So what's your strategy now, Lee?
Well, we'll go another 10 laps before we pit, and that'll leave us with 2 more to go the 200 laps. So hopefully we can, once we pit on this one, we'll have 2 after that, and it'll put us to the end with no problem.
So rather than risk having to pit on the green,
we have a total of 2 left.
Yeah, that's what you're gambling on. And the other guys you think may have to go, well, that would be 3 counting the one they just made. That sly little smile tells you a whole lot about the thinking going on from Lee Koonsman.
He's been around racing a long time. He's a cagey old guy.
And he was a great driver in his day. I've seen him lay down some laps that were spectacular.
That boy that's the chief mechanic on that car is a kid I raced since he was about 16 years old. So naturally, I'm kind of hoping they'll do good from that standpoint, too.
You have to be impartial, Bobby. I mean, if your nephew's not here, you got to be very careful. All right, here we go as we're ready to go back to the green flag once again as we conclude yet another yellow session that has been most eventful. Unusual race, a lot of occurrences. The leader of the race will, of course, be the 91 car, it's purple, of Buddy Lazier. He will be chased by the 8 car, it's red, of Alessandro Zampedri.
Out in that traffic. There was a few close moments right there.
Roberto Guerrero and right there in the center, the yellow and white car. There's Davi Jones. We're going to track them. Excuse me, Danny.
That's okay. There was just a lot of action going back there with Roberto trying to get through traffic. A couple of close moments, I thought, from turn 1.
And finally, he breaks clear.
He had a lot of traffic to get through, and he did a really good job. That was like threading a whole bunch of small needles for Guerrero there.
So Lazier leads by just over a second. And the field, there is Guerrero, looking back to 4th place. So with that yellow, the contact at the front of the field remains close. It remains a very close race.
Bobby, I can't believe how well his car must be handling or how well the grip is on this track, because sometimes he's coming off the corner, 20 feet off of the wall. Just seems like he can run anywhere he wants to go.
Yes, the track, again, is so good this year, Danny. Between that and the new tires, both Firestone and Goodyear made giant gains this year. The cars are absolutely remind me of the old days when we first put the ground effects on them. They're really, really, really stuck. Makes it awfully easy for the driving, but I envy those guys for that.
You saw as Guerrero came up on Jourdain, him point to the side that he wanted him to pass. He knew Guerrero was much faster and gave him the race course. They're also going to black flag Joe Gosick. They say he's spraying something out of the car, and there he is answering that black flag, the 43 car for the normal 00 Joe.
And, of course, that's a safety issue. They don't want him to dump fluids on there that not only can cause an accident for himself, but could cause a bad situation for the rest of the field.
There's Davi Jones.
Looking for a way to get by
There's
there.
Roberto. Roberto is just nibbling away at him.
Roberto at this moment is running only about a mile an hour faster. Well, he jumped up 3 miles an hour there on Davy, and a lot of that's traffic related. Depends on how clear of a track he gets, whether he gets a tow. A little movement going on right there.
You can see in the onboard that Davi Jones is engaging a lot of traffic, and there is Guerrero, moves down to the inside and takes the position from Jones.
That was Guerrero right there in your white and yellow car, passing Davi Jones in the white and black car right behind him.
Davi Jones, Troop, seems to work a little bit better in clean air than he does. If you notice that as soon as he gets in dirty air, he seems to slow down. So my thinking is they don't have that car working good in the disturbed, dirty type air.
And Davi Jones comes right back at Guerrero. Traffic very much a factor here as they have some slower traffic just ahead of them, slower at over 215 miles an hour. Dismore, who you saw just ahead, turned the last lap at 226 miles an hour. Buddy Lazier at 227. He's the leader after 129 laps. Caution is out when a car we've been following, Mark Dismore, got in trouble when the engine let go on his car. Here it is. He'd worked his way into the top 10 and was having a good day for Team Menard. And then suddenly this showed up, and boy, oh boy, it takes him out of the race. And there was the reaction of the crew. What a tough day they're having. 2 of their 4 cars now out of the race. The other one, of course, being the pole sitter, Tony Stewart. The Indianapolis 500 does not end with a checkered flag. It ends with a 500 victory banquet, which is tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern. It'll be here. You can see it on ESPN2. It's held right here in Indianapolis. That's tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, the awards banquet on ESPN2. Gary Gerald.
Buddy Lazier gets a cool sip of refreshment. Remember all of the discomfort that he's had to face in recent weeks. Right now, he's thinking about victory. He's blocked out the pain of all those fractures. The car's working beautifully. They think that this will be their next to last stop, and in just under 17 seconds, Buddy Lazier is back on course.
Oh, what a great story he's becoming as he goes straight out onto the track. Why?
I don't. Because there was an
ambulance. He saw the ambulance. Yeah, okay. So Buddy Lazier, boy, scared me for a moment there. I wondered what was going on.
He knew something we didn't know there for a little while.
So Buddy Lazier had a terrible crash in the practice just before Phoenix. He shatters vertebrae in his back. He barely can walk through the pit area. He walks with the help of a cane, but he keeps a smile on his face and has that special seat, and now leads. Is up at the front of the Indy 500. Jerry Punch.
Standing with Fermin Velez, who just came out of the hospital. First of all, Fermin, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just got a little hit on my lower back, but that's no problem. It's just that I don't know exactly what happened. Or something on the engine. I think a water line broke, or I don't know exactly. Something like this. A lot of smoke came in. The engine quit completely, and I felt a lot of heat on my back. So that happened between 1 and 2. So I pulled out after turn 2 in the left, and that was it. So just pretty sad that I'm not going to be able to finish the race, but at least I'm okay.
What about your impressions of your first Indy 500 start?
Oh, it's been a fantastic experience. I mean, I'm very happy to accomplish the 2